This is our home.
Yes.
We open our home for people to come, plant anything you want to, experiment whatever you want to. Whatever you sell, whatever you nak bagi, sedekah dengan kita, you give. We are not forcing you to. So we have a lot of people who come there. So this farm is more a...
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Hai, nama saya Bunga. Dan selamat datang kepada episod kedua BungaPod. So, kami sekarang berada di Garden Road Plant Sanctuary kat Klang. Saya jumpa tetamu saya ni dekat the urban farming course. And yeah, I met her there. So, saya menjemput Puan ataupun Dr. Mas Elati, who is a lecturer for management classes. And also her husband, Francis, who is a veteran content creator. Gitu. So, di sini saya nak minta Dr. Mas dan juga Encik Francis untuk to introduce yourself.
I'm actually, my background, most of my work is more on communication and public relations. I've worked in private, I've worked in NGOs, and now I have taken a long leave from work for the past 3 years and concentrating on the Garden Road Plant Sanctuary, which has been, this is the second year. We are still growing slowly but surely.
Yeah. And how about you, Mr. Francis?
My background is more into broadcast and journalism.
You lah patut interview I sebenarnya.
But what I've done is that basically I've taken a step back here because of my medical issues. And then we were actually continuing this project from the Garden Road project was basically was an extension from another project was run by NGO, which because of some circumstances it didn't work out fine. So that is how Garden Road Plant Sanctuary came to exist.
So you take things into your hands, right?
Yes, Plant Sanctuary was actually it's a blessing in disguise lah. Because we thought that okay, since somebody has started off this project and it didn't take off because of some mismanagement ke apa ke, we are not blaming them, but but it is that's how the country was at that time. Well, MCO affected everybody. So we took over the project and then we started to get volunteers to come and help us to establish the agricultural part of it lah. So if you look at the Garden Road Plus Sanctuary, basically the idea was, we give sanctuary to the plants. To plants means people who are yang apa tu moving house. They don't know what to do with the plants. They need a place to put the plants rather than throwing it away. So we were thinking, why don't we open our land? Untuk orang. Instead of throwing, bagi kita. And then that is how we started off. So we were saying, okay, that's how we do it.
And during MCO 2 kan banyak orang dah mula kerja, so kebanyakan tanaman semua diabaikan.
Betul.
So then that's when we say, okay, never mind, you just bring the plant over, we'll find a place. So some of the plants that came terus keluar bunga. It's like, I think they're happy, we assume that they're happy lah. So it's like, okay. So that's how it started off.
It is a blessing in disguise. People will talk about MCO, but MCO also learn us to adapt to the situation. So here we are, two of us out of a job, me with my medical, and then we've got this garden. Yes, but sometimes you have, okay, I give you an example. If you plant something you love, something memang you want to try it out, okay, Plant Sanctuary is there. Then you see the fruit of your labor. You tak kisah penat ke tidak. Because you are planting something, okay, I want to try to plant, let's say, timun lah. And then after a certain period of time, you see the timun grow and all that. There is a certain satisfaction.
Betul.
Okay? So that is how it should be, basically. So when you tak kena penat at that point of time.
Because it's different when you tanam sendiri, bila you rasa it's actually, the taste is different from the one that you bought in the supermarket.
I tak tahu lah, I bayangkan je lah, I tak pernah dapat fruit of my own labor.
It's much more sweeter.
Oh, really?
Usually they say it's much more sweeter, more tastier. The fruit tastes like a fruit.
Mm.
Like, so
We keep as much organic as it is in the farm. We have a lot of volunteers. Okay, we are not a commercial farm,
Yes,
as you see,
Mm.
and we are not funded
Community.
by. We are not a community farm funded by the agencies. We are not. We are
corporate,
private
no.
farm.
Yeah.
We open our land,
Yeah.
our home actually. This is
Yeah.
our home.
Yes.
We open our home for people to come, plant anything you want to, experiment whatever you want to. Whatever you sell, whatever you nak bagi, sedekah dengan kita, you give. We are not forcing you to. So we have a lot of people who come there. So this farm is more a collaboration, a cooperation. There's an interdependency. I tanam ini, you tanam itu, social. Yes. So if you see like those who come here, they will plant this particular thing and they exchange this particular produce dengan the others.
Some butter.
Butter, and then
Okay.
they have got discussion.
So basically, siapa orang Klang, Shah Alam,
Yes.
nak datang,
Or Klang Valley. Yeah, because we
boleh
have,
je try first. Baru you boleh cakap. Macam tu lah.
because we got as volunteers as far as Damansara, Paling Jaya. So there is as far. They come.
To commit to the
Yeah.
travel.
To commit the time to
Time.
travel from PJ to here is about an hour, and then
Yeah.
petrol lagi.
Betul.
So it's
So
like,
betul-betul kena orang yang passionate and serious. So just come.
Passionate, there must be commitment, there must
Mhm.
be a love for the outdoors. Kan? Because farming, okay, why love for the outdoors?
Kita nyamuk dah complain.
Yes, complain. You know, people will talk, like I said, it's easy to talk and say, oh, well, I like to see pristine farm dengan landscape semua. All that was not done overnight. People had to go there, tanam, cut, prune,
Thank you.
semua.
Thank you.
And then mosquito, rain, hot, you know. So,
sun.
and then you must understand that we also have people who are from the urban setting.
Yeah.
Orang yang dekat urban
That's
setting ni,
me.
okay, urban setting, you come to a farm, you expect macam going to a garden, you know, garden is so right,
Taman bunga. Tak ada,
Tapi
not
betul
only
lah.
you.
Tapi betul lah.
Ah.
Betul lah. Orang muda kan dia macam ingat dah tersusun. Macam pergi Cameron Highland.
like if you go to any garden, you know, they have all this kind of waterfall, like all man-made thing, and then you can, you know, do this. But when you come to a farming concept,
Yeah.
okay, so these people who live in the urban sector, who cannot grow vegetation at their house, they cannot do farming, and they want a space. Okay, you live in a flat and you need a bigger space. You want to play with this kind of planting and all that. You've got a place actually. We are giving it to you.
Yeah.
We are not charging you. Okay, but we also have plot rental. Which is very, very minimal. Maksud dia, if you take a plot 10 by 10, you pay only RM30.
Mana nak dapat?
For 6 period.
Parking je dah
for
30.
6 months.
Yes.
Untuk you have to take for 6 months. Satu time frame lah. Because
Yelah sebab nak grow mana ada sebulan
yes,
je mana
yes,
boleh
we
grow.
estimate dah masa 3 bulan you grow, and then another 3 months you already dah boleh makan apa yang ada sayur-sayuran lah, especially
To manage the plot even 10 by 10 pun.
Yes.
And I want to tell to your listeners, to your viewers,
Yes.
that
InsyaAllah ada views ya.
so this, you don't need to spend money. You don't need to, because a lot of things you have it in the farm dekat sini. That means from your tools to the grafting, semua kita ada. So you just bring yourself here. Itu je. Itu pun we find it difficult for people to actually
Betul.
you nak buat
Yes,
apa?
what commitment. The commitment to
And the first thing is that the weather panas. Oh, macam mana buat, you know.
Betul.
So this urbanites lah we call them.
Urbanites,
So these urbanites find it, orang kampung no problem. Dia dah tahan lasak, you know. Anything goes, they can do it, you know.
They love to tanam in the rain, lagi suka.
Ah.
Dia duduk. Anak kalau guru dia lari lah. Masuk cari ni
So
tempat.
these urbanites, when they come, they got no space, you know, but we provide everything. That means from the tools to apa, you know, we've got almost everything.
Okay, so I want to move back a bit and I want to ask you about your personal masa muda you. So I belum cukup makan garam. So can you cerita sikit about your journey in the broadcasting years?
Yes.
A little bit on that.
Broadcasting and journalism has now changed a lot, yeah, from what it
yeah.
was a long time ago. Now macam you all the multimedia has taken
You
over.
in the industry since when?
About 30 years writing alone. So I'm
Wow.
commissioned by agencies. Okay, they could be private
Ah,
agencies or government agencies to write materials for them and all
okay.
that. And some of the materials which I write, we produce it into what do you call that? Production, shooting. So we do all these kind of things. I do a lot of the thinking part of it, thinking and then
Mm.
creating the writing and then internalize it into production work if there is. So I used to be involved in television also. Those were the days lah.
Those were
So
the
as
days.
we go on a bit later on, I do a lot of, I write books and all that for the government agencies. But that is all commission lah. So we work alongside the agency. We sit down and we come up with these concepts and ideas and all that. That's what we do. But last work I did was
Okay, I
about
never
2 years
know.
ago.
Oh,
2 years
oh
ago.
so sekarang you betul-betul dah retire lah.
I'm,
Betul-betul.
but no,
Yeah.
retired in a sense because of my medical.
But otak-wise
Yeah, you
masih
still have to
bergerak ya.
read. You still have to find out what's happening in the world. You have
Current
to
Yeah.
trend.
upkeep the current trend. And then there are friends who might call and ask advice on something, how you go about this ke, apa ke, what's the... So, but it has changed now, with AI now coming
Yeah.
in. So a lot of work can be actually replicated using AI sekarang. You don't need to think so much.
Betul, that's
Ah,
what I did for
ah,
the course,
yeah, so
for
you
the
can,
workshop.
but also must remember there used to be a jargon. Apa tu, garbage in, garbage out. Those days when I was doing computer, they always say garbage in, garbage out. Maksud dia, if you put filth in your writing, filth will come out. If you use constructive in your writing, using AI, you'll get constructive. So the reciprocation of that must be like that.
Okay, I love that.
So you have to
Betul.
make sure that
Yes.
if garbage in, garbage out. You talk nonsense, ask AI will also give you the same feedback.
Betul lah, all my answers macam, I'm sorry, I cannot answer that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
then,
that is my part of my journey lah. Mas has got a different line because
okay, then Kak Mas atau Dr. Mas, can you share
Oh,
a little bit on your
not so much.
younger years?
Basically, my background is actually more on accounting. Okay, but somehow or rather because my family, my father was a journalist. So tak nak anak pun ikut jugalah walaupun bapak cakap no, do something else. And my writing skill came from when I was a reporter at the Star, about 6-7 years. Then after that I moved on to corporate. So do Marcom, corporate com, PR. I wanted to know how PR on the NGO side. Then I move on to working with the NGO pula. So now I have both dua-dua belah. Corporate pun boleh, NGO pun boleh. So that is
Okay,
so because
menariknya.
so you understand because corporate dia punya expectation dengan NGO punya expectation is different. Because NGO punya expectation is how much that they can contribute towards the community. Padahal for corporate we look into if I spend this much to NGO, what is the return I'm getting? They talk about that. So there's a difference with it. Then age of 40, I did my bachelor and master at the same time concurrently.
Wow,
Yeah,
40 ya, bachelor dengan master.
Yeah, so it was within 2 years I did both.
2 tahun je.
Yeah, 2 tahun.
Okay.
So it was I will not repeat it, but it was an experience. So it can be done.
It can be done, eh?
Then at the age of 50, I did my DBA, Doctorate in Business Admin. So right now, so on weekends I am a lecturer lah untuk for executive program for a few universities lah for now. Nothing much lah. Then most of the time I be spending my time in the garden. 2 hours in the morning potong rumput and 2 hours in the evening potong rumput.
yeah, lifetime is spent cutting grass.
Yeah, so in between if I got time then I do a bit of kebun lah, but so far haven't lah.
Kebun is it's not easy work because
Because I have to manage about an acre. And the kebun, our volunteers, they don't come every day.
Betul.
Paling-paling pun 3 hari seminggu. 3 hari seminggu won't cover as much. Some spend about 2 hours. Some spend about half a day. Jarang spend like a full day. So whatever help that we get, we are
Terima
thankful.
je lah.
But it's a place of meeting minds here actually. You know, most of them are also professional, some of them.
Yeah, tadi I met one of the
Ming,
volunteers.
Yeah.
Ming.
So
Yeah.
they are all professionals
Yeah.
here. They make it an
Yeah.
effort. They make it a
Yeah.
commitment to come.
So
Yeah,
macam respect lah.
We've,
Tengok macam
we've
jauh-jauh datang.
got Ming.
We got professors who will drop by.
Yeah, we got Prof Chan. She used to handle the turtle sanctuary. If you so that was. Then we have a few accountant, and then we have one in sustainability for GLT. So it's bukan calang-calang orang.
Baik.
Yeah. So the first impression like people, farmer, you don't have like macam education background. No, when you ask them, some were quite surprised. Some were even surprised that when I do not introduce myself as a doctor, because when people talk to me as a doctor, it's different already.
Yeah.
So
But
there are some people who are surprised. Wow, you are a doctor. You doing all this? Like that lah.
okay. So you guys are writers turned into farmers.
In fact, no. What we have done is that. But actually, we are forced to take over this year.
Yes,
Forced
we are
that.
actually
In fact,
Okay.
no
But-
knowledge at all.
No knowledge at
Born
all.
to write, forced to farm.
Yeah.
But you must understand that circumstances sometimes drive us to do different things. We are not authors of our own destiny.
Oh.
Environment also plays a part. At this farm here, we get a lot of birds, migratory birds. We get insects, frogs, you name it. Like it's kampung, kan? But now slowly there's encroachment dah. Okay, encroachment maksudnya there's development coming up here.
Yeah.
So when this encroachment comes, we stand to lose our habitat. Maksudnya the birds will start to be less here. We can find if for example, sometimes a pineapple has been eaten. They plant pineapple has been eaten. That is actually worked sometimes by a porcupine. So we get porcupine here. And then we have memerang, the
Landak.
sea, landak.
Landak.
Memerang pula, landak. You know landak?
Landak, then memerang sungai.
Sungai?
We have memerang
Yeah,
sungai.
because if we have fish, they can smell fish.
Musang.
Walaupun sungai tak dekat mana.
Parit.
Nearby parit.
You see, this is
Ya
the
Allah,
kampung. You forget that this is the
Sorry
kampung.
lah, saya urbanite.
So
Macam
kampung.
wow.
So if you look at the kampung, the parit is all interconnected. So this memerang actually
Seronok lah,
so
dia
they will
bau
come.
dia.
But they come and actually start eating your fish and all that lah. So these are the things which you don't get when you're in urban setting
You
lah.
need to work with the nature.
Work with the nature and all that. So when when MCO happened, it was just timely lah. We had to change our lifestyle lah. You change your lifestyle to suit the environment which you are in.
Okay.
So that's what we did, both of us. We decided, fine, kita dah ada this land, might as well we utilize the land
So you
and
guys
share with
memang
others.
dah berjiwa farmers lah. Memang, you guys
Tidak
don't
lah
mind.
juga berjiwa farmer.
I mean, tak kisahlah nak
But we
mengotorkan tangan tu.
Yeah, what we is we blend. That means we change with the environment lah. So we bertukar. We have to be very fluid, agile. So the change kena tukar macam tu. It's not easy, but okay. We are thankful that we have a great kebun team. That when we say, hey, we need to do this, they will come. They will come and help. They will come and do this, come and do that.
Here's a lot of trial and errors lah. Kadang-kadang we plant this, it doesn't work out. We plant this,
That's
it
the
doesn't work
beauty
out.
of it. That's
And
the
then-
fun of it.
And we don't lose a lot of money on that because you only lose effort lah.
You know?
And so you do planting, you do experiment planting, this works, this doesn't work, okay fine, we do this. Tapi dekat sini, most of the volunteers are basically they will do ajar each other macam mana nak buat pruning of the tree, the plant.
Work together lah.
Yeah,
Knowledge transfer semua.
And then we try our level best to make this farm a sustainable farm. as much as we can, we are organic. We're trying our best to be organic, but you cannot have perfect
Yeah
organic.
lah, of course
Something,
lah.
so we
The
like,
keyword is try.
but still must work
Right.
towards that lah,
Yeah,
kan?
betul lah.
Kalau full-fledged organic certification banyak
Banyak,
SOP
they
nak
have,
kena meet. It's too
Nak
too
makan
much.
sendiri je.
and you need to
Too
have good
much, yeah.
agricultural practice. You need to
Oh.
have the SOPs.
Orang kena apa? Audit lagi
The
semua.
auditing will be happening. So banyak.
The team they will let's say ada right now season cempedak. So the
Mm.
season cempedak, the proceed they give to me. The money I will go back to them juga.
Yelah,
Beli
beli,
baju, bayar bil
all the
air,
kelengkapan.
elektrik,
Yes.
kelengkapan.
That's where my part of
Ah.
my job is lah. I do the maintenance work. Mana yang boleh, when I use the word maintenance, is just maintenance, not repair semua. I'm not that good, but minor repair boleh. So like for example, if they want water to be at the back there,
Yeah.
I'll make sure I provide enough infrastructure.
Wow,
put the water.
RM40 je.
Yeah.
Kan, ya Allah.
But okay lah.
Mana nak satu hari. Okay, so we're moving on to the next question. What do you guys love about the garden? Since I can see you sparkle and shine when you talk about the garden.
I'm going retrospect a bit lah. This land was Mas mum in the land. Mum and
My
dad,
parents
the parents lah. They worked hard for it. This land was actually, when they pioneered this land, was 50 years ago. Tak ada electricity, tak ada whatever.
Tak
There
ada
was
water.
water semua.
Kita ambil air daripada perigi. We got generator to run our electricity.
This was like those days,
And it was only 1980s, yeah.
So, but
so it's like 80s,
when I
50
look
years
at
ago.
my late in-laws, and I look at them, their passion for this place, how they take care of the land, how they. She would not cut with machine. She will pluck the rumput by hand.
Wow.
That's the
Dia pun lalang dengan cangkul.
I suppose that is the respect she has for the land. So when they
first hand tengok.
tengok memang macam ni. So she will do by hand and all that. Ini, this is going back, tracing back how her life was. She loved the land very much. She always talk about, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you cannot burn, semua macam tu. So when they have passed on, then when we inherited this place, or rather Mas inherited this place, we decided that we want to be service to the land. We are not going to sell the land. We want to make it to be profitable to the people. Open up for the community to come. What lah apa you want? We're not asking you anything more than that. Come, enjoy the land, enjoy the area and all that. Because now, because of the encroachment development, this kind of setting kurang dah.
Betul.
You don't find.
Betul. So ni memang, tolong lah viral. So that more people can help to manage.
Yeah.
And cantikkan. Sebab besar depan tu pun, sebab tak ada orang nak manage kan.
Yeah, we don't have.
Dia dah ada infrastructure tu dah wujud, tapi there's not many tenaga kerja.
And mind you, we are a bit different from the commercial and garden, farm setting.
Oh, you were saying?
Like I was, sorry, I lost my train of thought.
We didn't open to people.
Yes.
To do the thing.
If you have got the passion, enjoy doing it. We are not.
We got people who come who say that, hey, I want to buy land. Okay, tapi I want to see how to do farming. Datanglah sini, pula farming. If you feel comfortable, you be able to handle setengah acre, then you buy your land.
Yes, betul.
So this is it can be a test site for them as well.
That's why you said, the incubator.
The incubator. So for that small project macam urban farming project, the training participant wanted to do kan, we give them the plot, they run it. If it works, then they can go big.
Okay, so Kak Mas dengan Abang Francis. My last question is, bila I cakap bunga, bila you dengar perkataan bunga, what came to your mind? Like, do you have any cerita menarik pasal bunga?
Kalau bunga lah, kat sini we do not have a lot of range of bunga, but ever since the kebun team dah macam aja bunga lah bawa. Okay. And we noticed there's an increase of belalang, tebuan, whatever lah, all the insects. There's an increase of insects, and then we have pollination. So that means it works. Melon are working, labu air ada, you know.
So
It's
more
all
on
on-
pollinating, not pests lah. Bukan
No,
pest lah.
no, it's
Oh, so that's good
pollination.
lah.
So the bunga actually, you know, so we know that the increased number of bunga, then there be an increased number of pollinator lah, do the pollination.
And of course, talking about bunga, yesterday only we were talking about that
Melo.
bunga melo. We were talking about bunga melo. We want to actually now start a bunga melo patch.
Okay.
So that is in our mind because there is a market for it.
Jasmine.
Jasmine. So that is what we were doing yesterday. We were clearing the land. But incidentally, like bunga lah, bunga. So
So can you imagine 1 cup? Let's say this is 1 cup, RM10 bunga melo they're selling.
You inspired from the cerita tu ke? Ke dah sebelum tu?
No, the one in the training lah. So
You inspired from the training lah?
the training.
yeah, we have to find revenue.
Yeah.
So this
So
is a
now we are
revenue
going to
stream lah.
Betul.
It's
Because
going
like,
to be a sustainable.
how you gonna maintain the land
Takkan
kalau
kita
tak
nak
ada?
duduk and
social
imagine,
enterprise, yeah.
you know, what do you call it? Imagine
Angan-angan
that
majanin.
majanin, we cannot be. We have to walk the talk. We have to.
Okay. So that is such a good interview. I love it.
Thank you.
So terima kasih banyak kepada Kak Mas and Encik Francis. I really appreciate your time and
No worries.
welcome us to your garden, to your sanctuary. Thank you so much. Oh, do you have anything to shout out? Like your...
So to our volunteers who have been very hardworking, very committed, we are very grateful for them. They also are part of the family, part of the journey where we are also growing with them. They go together. It is actually a win-win, and we just want to thank them very much.
So sweet.
Yeah, and we welcome new volunteers as well.
Yes.
Or whoever has planned, who don't have tanah tapi want to do things, want to test out things.
Yes.
Talk to us.
Welcome.
Talk to us.
Come.
Yeah.
So to reach you at?
Our Facebook.
Okay, I will put the link in the description.
Okay,
inshallah.
please do.
And also, please support BungaPod by subscribing, liking, comment, and share. So again, thank you so much to everyone. Siapa yang dengar sampai lah hujung, thank you. And I'll see you in the next episode, inshallah. Bye!
Bye.